Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Rimshots with Sean right here on the Rock Rage Radio Network. And it just continues to amaze me that I continue to meet cool people. And now I have all the way from, I believe you're in Philadelphia. Is that correct?
I'm in the Philadelphia area, but I'm actually from Delaware, which is close to Philly.
Nice, nice. I love that whole area. We have Miss
Yeah.
Nitro Nitra. And thank you for being on the show today.
Thanks for having me.
So Brian sent me your presser. There was 4 songs in it, and your video. Let's talk about the video for a second. I mean, that song's a banger, very well
Thank you.
shot. Um, did you guys? Was there a whole story that you maybe whiteboarded on that before you actually went forward, or how did that come about?
So, Rock Revolution is all about my journey into rock and roll, right? So, as a child, grew up in a very religious background, and rock and roll was off limits for me. So, when I broke free from all of that bondage and I stepped into Nitro Nitra, who was born a rock, then I had to tell this story. So me and the universe created Rock Revolution, and I wanted to tell my story, but also implement all of the greatest rock songs that I've ever heard and then put them into one song. So then the video was born. It was perfect.
Right on. And so I always love to ask this question because I'm hearing a bunch of different things in there, but I'll put it out to you. Some of your influence would be who?
Absolutely, it's Tina Turner.
Oh,
Uh,
nice.
Black Sabbath, um, Janis Joplin, um, Living Color, Corey Glover, Led Zeppelin, Robert Plant, and my favorite singer of all time is Dio.
I'm sorry. Who?
Dio.
Oh, I got a story for you when we're done. When we're done
Oh,
about
okay.
Dio.
Dio's my favorite singer.
So here's a comment I'm going to make.
Yes.
I'm hearing all those influences. I mean, I love, and I grew up on a lot of those exact influences you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily hear them in there. I hear your own sound. I mean, maybe I'm not listening hard enough, but I'm hearing actually for in this day and age when somebody says that you have a unique sound,
Yeah.
take that as a compliment because it's hard to be
Yeah.
unique in this day and age.
Yeah. Yeah. To be honest with you, I think that inspiration comes from listening to all of those people, right? But then still harnessing your own sound. And one of the greatest compliments that I've ever heard after a show was, "Oh my God, who are you? You guys have your own sound." So for you to say that tells me this is an original. This is only confirmation of the originality that we actually bring to the industry.
And why don't you give a shout out to the boys in the band while we have a second here because they looked they put on a good show in that video as well.
Absolutely. So in that video, we have Scott Brady, lead guitarist, Jimmy Church, rhythm guitarist. We have Dan Martino, who was on bass, and then Corey Gilmer, who was on drum.
Awesome. So
Yeah.
you say you're from Delaware, but you live in the Philadelphia area, and that area. I mean, I'm up in Halifax, Nova Scotia, but that Jersey, Philly kind of, we'll call
Yeah.
it a panhandle, I guess, was influential to me because there was a ton of stuff that came out of there that I grew up on. What's that
Right.
scene like? Is it still pretty vibrant? Is it petering off? What's it like these days?
Oh, absolutely. There's just always something going on, whether it's a festival or some type of gig. It's just always something going on. We were actually featured on Philadelphia's Rock Radio 93.3 as the artist of the month. So we've been rocking with them. Also, we just headlined this ice cream festival. So random. It was like we were rocking the ice cream festival. It was great. So there's just always something going on in the tri-state area.
Love it. I happen to support a female artist, and I always say this, and I preface it by saying it's not me trying to get the cheap laughs or cheap applause or whatever,
Yeah,
but the being a female artist is tough. It seems like you got to prove yourself a little bit harder, and then you're a lady of color. Do you find that maybe that those two things together, you just have to like maybe work a little bit harder to knock it out of the park to get noticed, or are people great and they just accept you as you play and they just don't notice and you do your thing?
I think at the end of the day, you just have to be your true, authentic self. And then that just carries over. So I'm not trying to be anyone else but me. So if there's someone that has an issue with it, I mean, I haven't noticed. It's been all love on my end. You know what I mean?
That's well, it's good to hear because I really think
Yeah.
that now a corner needs to be turned with that. I mean, it's kind of if it's even brought up at this day and age, I think it's kind of silly. So that's good to hear.
Right.
I had said to you beforehand, we like to keep these short because we keep people engaged when we keep them short. My
Yeah.
viewers, and I mean, thanks to Rock Rage Radio, we've expanded to listeners, which is kind of cool. But we're around the globe. We're right across North America, and parts of Canada too. So,
Oh, nice.
where are my folks going to find out about you? How do they get a hold of those four songs that I was, and totally enjoyed to hear?
Thank you. Yeah. So check us out on all social media platforms, Nitro Nitra, except for TikTok, it's Nitro Nitra 1111. We're on all the streaming sites, Spotify, Apple, YouTube. Check out all the music videos. I mean, it's really simple for you. Nitro Nitra, listen to us, spin us, rock with us, love it, fall in love, hit me up, ask your questions, all that good stuff.
Fantastic. Last question. What do you guys have coming up for shows over the next bit? It's the summer season. Obviously, it's the best time of year to be out there playing. So, what do you have coming up for shows?
Well, at the end of the month, we are headed out to Sturgis to go rock that house down in South Dakota. So this is our first time going there. So we are excited to hit the stage. And then after that, we are creating some more music and we have some gigs going on down here in Philadelphia and the Delaware area. So it's going to be a great, great summer.
Fantastic. Well, look, let's keep in touch. I always like to circle back and see how people do. And,
Okay.
anything I can do to promote your music, like I say, it's not just because I'm interviewing. I really, really thought it was quite unique and very good. And
Thank you.
congrats. And look forward to chatting with you again.
Thank you so much, Sean. Thanks for having us.
We're back on the Rock Rage Radio after this.